everyone and welcome back. I am sorry that I have not posted anything for like the whole week. I have actually been unwell for the past 12 days. I have like this giant cold sore on my lip and everything, and I'm like, and my skin is like, it's just not been a fun time, okay? Like my skin's a mess. I have a giant cold sore on my lip. I've had the cold for what seems like the longest time. I think it turned into like a sinus infection because I felt like I was starting to feel slightly better, and then out of nowhere, bam, not okay again. So I do apologise. Like usually if I don't feel well, I will try and still upload, but like I couldn't move. Like my whole body was so weak, and I took quite a few COVID tests the whole time, like not like so close together, but I spread it out and I was like negative every single time, and I'm like, so I just thankfully, touch wood, that don't seem to be getting COVID, thankfully. But I'm like, every time I get sick I'm like, is it COVID? Because I literally have been getting so unwell like all the time. Has anyone else who hasn't had COVID yet had the cold or the flu like so much? Because I have, like I've literally been sick so much, and I'm like, well, not like physically sick, but like as in being sick, but I've just been so unwell. Something I don't seem to get much of is like having a stomach bug where I'm physically projectile vomiting. So yeah, but yay, I'm excited. I asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted to ask some questions, because I know that people wanted a Q&A, but like I think it's always so much harder because I always feel so bad because I'm like, oh, like no one asked any questions, like do you like want to ask any? I always feel bad because I know how hard sometimes they can be, because like especially with some of my favorite YouTubers, like they might ask people to ask questions, and then you might have questions from before, and you may be like, oh, like if they ask something, I'm gonna ask them that in their question box, and then you don't, and then when it comes to them having the little question box, you blank and you're like, I don't know what to ask them anymore. Like I just don't know. So I totally get that. But we have some questions, and I thought it'd be just fun to catch up with you guys, since I haven't posted since before I got unwell. Because there is some news. Well, there's quite a few things to update you guys on, I suppose. Well, firstly, not yesterday. On Thursday the 7th of April, which was also Greg's birthday, Greg is now a wonderful 30 years of age, but had an interview on Thursday, and it was for a new job because, as you guys know, I've been feeling a bit down with not having an income, and it was for Asda. And from where I live, Asda's literally like 5 to 10 minutes away, so it's even better for like going there like after like the school run and stuff. So on Friday, which was yesterday, because today's Saturday, so yeah, yesterday I get a phone call, and they were like, she was like, hi, it's Nicole from Asda, and I was like, oh hi, and she was like, oh, I'm really pleased to tell you that you got the job, and I was like, stop. So I'm employed again, guys. Like I have a job, I'm gonna have income, and I'm so excited because they just seemed so genuinely nice. Like, you know, when you can just tell someone's actually genuinely nice, and it's not like a fake nice because they have to be nice to you because they're a manager or something. And they seem to have a lot of like good policies and stuff for like against like bullying and harassment and stuff. So fingers crossed. So yeah, we work on a Friday and a Saturday, and I'll be doing 5 p.m. till midnight. And if you guys know me, I'm a lightweight. I usually go to bed at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, so this is going to be hard, but it works around the school run. It means I can take Lucy to school, pick her back up, be here with her during the week. Usually someone's back back early on a Friday. Sorry, this is not an ad for Oasis. I haven't had the chance to fill up my water bottle. Oh, I got the this is old water. I haven't cleaned it and refilled it, but I got the TikTok water bottle, and it's actually been really good for keeping me hydrated, apart from the last couple of days, because sometimes I keep getting sidetracked, but I actually sometimes really struggle to like hydrate myself, and I think I might have spoke about this a lot actually. So this has actually been really good to try and help me stay hydrated, and there's been a lot of days where I've actually drank the whole 2 litres and probably more. But yeah, for some reason when I'm unwell as well, like I struggle, and that's the time you really need to hydrate yourself. So I'm like trying to drink as much as I can, but then sometimes if I've had juice or whatever without the water, I can't drink at all. So yeah, it works out with Asda. It means I'm a bit sad to have to work a Saturday again, but you know, it works out, and I'm not going to complain because I just really need an income. So yeah. Oh, and there was another thing actually that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it yet actually, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. I'm in a play. I'm excited. So yeah, I'm in a play. Just in case I'm not going to tell you what it's called. Because I don't actually know, but I'm going to be in a play and I'm in rehearsals for that right now. This is the second week of rehearsals. I wasn't going to be able to go today, tomorrow. But unfortunately we can't do the thing we were meant to do that day anymore, which is really sad. So I'm going to be on stage again, and I'm honestly so excited for that because I haven't been on stage for 3 years. Maybe, and it, like, the performance of it is on the 29th of May. It's so exciting. Oh, and also I haven't spoke about this. I'm getting a new tattoo also in next month. I'm gonna have it on this arm so they can be twins. Well, they're not. Oh look, there's a flying turtle. They're not obviously going to be the exact same thing, but I felt like this arm was so like bare. I was like, I need to have something on the other arm. So watch this space. We're probably like, oh my god guys, like with another video. But yeah, so that was the little intro, and obviously there is the next David McDonald report. Oh my gosh, the Hoover just fell. Oh no. I'll grab that later. It should be okay. Well, that was dramatic. So as you can see, we have like these cameras like up here because a lot of things around this area had been getting stolen and people's houses were being tried to get broken into or were getting broken into. So we got these like the security type service thing. But you know how I said the Hoover fell? Well, it fell on the little device and it had called the operating service, and it was like I was like, why is Lucy calling someone? Like, she knows I'm on doing a video. But because the Hoover fell, it like bashed the thing, and they were like, do you need the fire brigade, the police, or an ambulance? I was like, no, I don't know how to work the thing. So I was like, I'm really, really sorry, the Hoover just fell. And I was like, I'm really sorry. That was not nice. I don't like things like that. That freaks me out. So yeah. Dramatic start to the video. So yes, I got the little question box and thought I'd do like a little mini Q&A with you guys. So I'm having to use my old phone. Oh my god, like it's all smashed and everything. It's like wild. But yes, I got the first question is, how are you and what do you love about travel? So there was two. So I'll go with the first one, which is, how are you? So today I feel a lot better. I had obviously, as I said at the start, that I'd been feeling like really unwell with like the cold, but see, because I get the cold a lot, I feel like it takes a lot more out of me, and I'm like, really, like, we don't really can we not be this unwell? So yeah, like I have been unwell and it was really like draining, and it wasn't very nice, constantly like either being congested, not being able to breathe out my nose. I also couldn't, like, I hadn't lost all sense of taste, but I couldn't taste things for a while, like fully taste things. So that's why I started panicking, thinking I had COVID. But obviously I didn't have COVID, thankfully. But yeah, like, I mean, overall, I suppose at the moment, I mean, I'm feeling better because I'm gonna have an income, but there are still some other things that are stressing me out. But you know, it's okay. I will work through those. Just obviously, like, it is difficult sometimes when, like, it's not Lucy's fault, because like I love Lucy and I love looking after her and like being there to like take her to school and whatnot, but it is a bit more difficult when I personally can't do things because I have to work around my mum and dad's work schedule. So I'm kind of just here to like look after Lucy and then help around the house as much as I can. So it's harder to then go out and do things because obviously at the moment I don't have an income, so I can't just be like, oh my god. I mean, obviously I have savings and stuff, but obviously that doesn't last forever. So yeah, it's been a very rough time, but I'm glad that I will have an income. I mean, people say that money can't bring you happiness, but it does solve a whole lot of problems. Because honestly, I've been so miserable with not having money because I've been I've been a big saver and like not wanting to like make it go below certain points, and it's gone below like all these points that I'm like trying to make it not go down, and you know, like it. And plus, money can buy dash hounds, and dash hounds bring me happiness, you know? So, oh my gosh, I have a job, I could actually save up to get one. That is the plan. But yeah, so that is how I am at the moment. But thank you for asking how I am. It's very up and down kind of moment right now. Just very riding the wave of life and kind of just figuring things out as I go along. And the second question was, what do you love about travel? I mean, I don't like long journeys, but I like going to other places. So yeah, I haven't really been like a lot of places, sadly. I can tell you where I've been. I've been to Portugal twice because I went when I was like 4. I like vaguely remember. I only remember like some things, but not like fully, because obviously I was really, really small. And then I went again when I was 8 with my grandma and my papa, and it was such a fun time. Like, it was so nice spending it with the two of them, and it was so nice that they took me along. I've obviously been to Blackpool, London, but that was like very brief. But I don't know, like I thought I would really like London, but I feel like London is way too busy, and it was quite like stressful because it was so busy, and I was like, not sure how I feel. So yeah, I've also been to Paris. I went with the school when I was in primary 7. So yeah, but see because we went with the school though, I don't really feel like I'd done. Like, especially when we went to Disneyland, I don't remember really going on much because we were with the school. But I remember it was a nice time. I know that where we stayed, the food wasn't like the greatest. But I was quite fussy before, so I was like, And I've obviously been places in Scotland. I've not been to many places in Scotland though. Yeah, I've not really been like as to a lot of places. But I do hope to go, and I really do hope to travel more. Especially just like, do you know where actually, so while we're talking about travel, like I really like the two places that I really want, that I really want to go to. We'll do top 5 places of where I want to go. So I really want to go to Mexico, especially Tulum. Tulum looks really pretty. Bora Bora has always been like my top go-to of like, I know it's really expensive to go there, but it just looks so peaceful and relaxing, and it's something that I would just honestly think would be so good to go to just to relax. So that was 2. I really want to go to Japan, like just anywhere in Japan, just explore Japan. In South Korea, I really want to like explore those 2 places. And see, the 5th one. Okay, I want to go to Disneyland, Florida. I've said it. Okay, Greg has been twice. I have been no times. I've never gone to I've not been, and I'm sad. I mean, I'm going to New York in November, so I'm like super excited for that, because obviously we were supposed to go before, but then COVID happened and it got put on hold, and now we're finally going to go, and hopefully there will be no issues with that. But I'm really excited because I haven't been on a plane in ages. But then, to be fair, I have watched Manifest. If you've not watched that, you should definitely check it out, because the new season comes out really soon, I think. Well, it comes out this year anyway. I don't know actually how soon it is, but it's really good. Oh, sorry, I just like, because I thingied my eye, I feel like I have an eyelash and now I like, okay, I think I got it. But yeah, and I think what I do love, I also forgot this is part of the question about, sometimes sidetracked, sorry. What I love about traveling, especially if it's like a different type of culture where you get to like really embrace it and like really like learn more about it. Like I love things like that. So yeah, I really love like going and experiencing like other countries and like how they kind of like are with things, and just obviously relaxing and or having just a really nice time and just like kind of disconnecting from your normal life for like a couple of days or a week or whatever. That's what I love about traveling. I really need to do more of it though, because it's so boring, like being stuck and or just going to like the same places all the time. You know what I mean? I love Blackpool and like places down south and whatnot, but I feel like sometimes you just need to get on a plane and go somewhere nice that's like outside of the UK. But yeah, I mean, there are places in the UK that I've not been to. Like I've never been to Ireland and I've never been to Wales, or Liverpool or places like that. So I'd obviously still love to go and do things like that. But yeah, I just really want to travel more abroad. And hopefully over the next couple of years I can try and travel some more, so it'd be great. So the next question is, why did you start YouTube? See, I've done this for a while, so like I don't even know if I will remember, because I know that when I first started it was kind of more just like, you know, I was really like, I've always watched YouTube and I've always been into like following people on it and like being really fascinated by certain types of videos. And you know, I was like, you know what, like what have I got to lose by trying it? So I kind of just started it, and a part of me thought, you know, maybe if I try it, it might help me build more confidence. And you know, especially with acting, I wanted to become more and more comfortable in front of a camera, but like in a more exposed way, where it's physically me talking to a camera rather than me being a different being a character in front of a camera. Like that's a completely different experience. So yeah, like it was definitely more of, I wonder if this will give me more confidence, like it'll help me be more comfortable in front of a camera. So then I kind of just tried to make videos that I watched because I enjoyed them. So I started obviously off, although I mainly started off with doing a video on mental health, and it was me talking about my journey. Oh my gosh, though, see, I'll link it, but honestly, if you watch this video, you will literally see a massive difference from where I am at now. Like I was literally you could tell that I was really nervous and I was like really uncomfortable, but obviously I pushed through it and I made the video, and I was obviously talking about like just my journey in general, and it was just about mental health, and my journey with mental health, and then I kind of used that for a while to talk about mental health, and then I kind of adapted on that to do kind of like makeup videos, like clothing hauls, and then, you know, just like random different videos. And then obviously I fell into the reaction world, and then obviously that went really well, and then people just kept wanting more and more reactions, and then here we are. But you know, I keep it real with you guys. Like I love reaction videos. Like there's nothing like doing reaction videos and people really loving your reaction, or people being really happy that you've reacted to their band and like really like grateful for it. Like I love when that happens. But I do also like this aspect of where you guys can actually see me as a person rather than it just solely being me reacting to things. So that's why I love vlogs, because then you get an insight into me and like my life, and it's not just you just see me reacting to all these different things and you're like, we don't really know her, like we don't feel connected to her. So yeah, that is why I started YouTube, is because, you know, I thought it might give me more confidence and it might help me feel more comfortable in front of a camera, which it definitely has. I do not feel uncomfortable in front of a camera at all. Like sometimes I can feel a tiny bit uncomfortable if there's lots of people. But I usually try to ignore it, because if I'm vlogging, then, you know, I'm trying to vlog, so I'll just try and ignore it. So it's not too bad. So it definitely has helped with those things, and obviously the channel is growing in such a good way, so it's even better. The next question is, what was your inspiration for starting YouTube? What was your inspiration? That is a good question. I think, as I said before, I was obviously watching a lot of YouTubers. You know, I was watching like I still watch Morgan. I love Morgan Adams. Like, she's honestly like so genuine and just seems so nice. And I just loved watching her vlogs and her content, especially like, I might get cancelled, but I don't care. Like, I love watching Molly May's content, and just like, I just love seeing how excited she's getting with her new house and stuff like that. So and at the time, before I really, really saw like the truth about Jeffree Star, because obviously before there was a lot of things that came out, but then he like tried to squash them and stuff. So then you were kind of like, oh, it must be like false. And then like, I used to watch his videos all the time as well. So then you're watching all these people, and, you know, especially Morgan, I don't know, like Morgan just really inspired me, because it was like, you know, this fun content. I was like, you know what, I like really want to give this a go. Like, I really want to see how this works out for me and where this can take, like what like angle, like not angle, what's the right word, what route this can take me down. Like, not for more like not in like a profitable way, but just like personally, and like how will the channel go, because obviously starting YouTube can be a bit of a risk, because you might not get as far as you want to be with it. You might just have like the same following. You might not grow into like have a bigger following, if that is what you want. So it is a bit more of like a risk to kind of take, because you know, sometimes you could make videos and like it just doesn't go well. So yeah, like I would say like watching a lot of YouTubers like Morgan Adams and like Molly May, but like Morgan Adams was like is like being an OG, and like I loved like, you know, JC Kalen, Kian, and Lida Moore. Honestly, I loved Lida and like that era of YouTube. It was so good, like so good. There's a couple of other people that I used to watch, but I honestly cannot think of the top of my head because it was so long ago. Like they were all like the OGs of like who I used to watch. Obviously watch Shane Dawson, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, like I used to watch like all these people, and you know, they kind of like make you think like, oh, like I could so do this, like it'll be fine, it'll be fun. So yeah, like that definitely inspired me to like want to start. And then obviously why I then started kind of like helped too. The next question is, how do you stay motivated to keep up with your channel? I feel like it comes quite easy for me, and there is sometimes though where, you know, I'm like, as you all know, I have a very bad memory, so there'll be times when I'm like sitting and it's like Thursday and I'm like, oh no, like I haven't done anything for the channel, and then I'm like quickly like trying to get one together and putting it out. So it's usually like, they're obviously like this week, this is why I'm like trying to put one together, is that, you know, like sometimes things get in the way, and like that's okay. Like if I'm unwell, or, you know, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed and need a bit of a break, like I think it's really good to like take a break and like rejuvenate like when you need to, because I think if you keep putting content out when you're not feeling well, or you're not feeling it, it's going to start feeling like a chore, and you're not going to enjoy it as much. So that's why sometimes there might be the odd week where, you know, I might not post anything because I've either forgotten, or, you know, something's maybe come up, or I just need a break. And then other times I will be like super, super consistent. You know, so it's, I think, yeah, like definitely try not to like force yourself to make content that you don't like, or that you feels like super repetitive or you're just not enjoying, because I think when you start doing that, like you're not going to enjoy the whole process, so then you're going to feel demotivated in actually uploading stuff. Because that's definitely what I do. Like obviously, like I try to break it up with doing other videos as well as reactions, because I know for myself that if I just keep doing reactions, I'm gonna start getting bored, or I'm like not bored, well, a little bit bored, or I'm gonna start getting demotivated and I'm not gonna be able to like post the best content that I want. So yeah, that's how I think I stay motivated with the channel. The next question is, what are some of your favourite films and TV shows? So I actually did some videos on this before, but I feel like my top TV shows and movies is always evolving. So like it's never fully, like those types of videos are maybe never accurate. So at the moment, my top TV shows, will we do TV shows or will we do movies first? Okay, TV shows we'll do first. My top TV shows at the moment are, this is an anime but it's still a series, and it's Fruits Basket. Like, oh my god, I sobbed and I just loved that series so much. Like, it was just so wholesome from start to finish, and it just had so much good like storylines, and like I haven't been able to watch another anime properly since, other than the movie that I went to see at the cinema, but like a series of it, like I'm attached. Like it's not fun when you get attached to an anime, because I find it so much harder to move on to another one, because I'm like, I'm not ready to let go yet. Another anime that I like is Fairy Tail. That was my first ever anime that I watched. Fun fact. I think that one's really good. I really love Home and Away, which is the Australian TV show. It's really good right now. I've been watching that like so much. I'm so glad I got back into it though, because it's literally like giving so much good storylines. I keep getting something in my eye, and I think it's an eyelash, and it's really not fun. I'm sorry. I'm really liking, well, we've not finished it yet, but me and Greg were watching Arcane. And that's also another type of anime type show, and it's based off of, I think it's League of Legends, the game, or the anime. I think it's a game, but yeah, it's based off of that, and it's really good so far. We need to finish it though. Other TV shows, oh, I haven't really been watching a lot of TV shows lately, but another TV show that I really, really loved was Lost Girl, which was so good. It's about a succubus, and you know, like she's got to try and like navigate knowing that she's a succubus. She's also bisexual, which I'm actually like living for, because you know, there's not often you get like these types of cool badass women that are bisexual. So I was like, yes, honestly, check it out, Lost Girl. It's one of my favorites of all time. You know, we also watched recently, we watched The Witcher, which was really good, the new season. We like DC Titans. I also can't wait for the new Kardashian show it's going to be coming out on the 14th of April. Like, I'm so buzzing for that. Like, yes, honestly, like, yeah. I know like not everyone likes the Kardashians, and you know, like that's okay, but oh my gosh, I love the Kardashian and Jenners so much. Like, one time on my second account, because I got locked out of my main account, Kim Kardashian retweeted me, and I literally like turned to Greg and I threw my phone on the ground by accident, because I was hyperventilating. I was laughing because I thought it was fake, and then I was crying because I was like, stop, this is actually like ridiculous, because this is the most famous person pretty much, other than the Queen, or maybe more famous than the Queen. And I was just like, I was like inconsolable. I was like crying and laughing, and like I didn't know what to do, because I was like, what is going on? What is going on? But yeah, I'm really excited for that. I'm on season 3 of Grey's Anatomy, which I'm really enjoying so far, although it's very long, so I think I'm going to be a while because I keep forgetting to watch it. See, I haven't really watched a lot of TV shows recently, like on the TV. I wanted to watch that one with Martin Compston that was in it, but that was on. And there was 2 that I wanted to watch with, oh my gosh, I've blanked on her name. Oh my gosh, I'm actually going to have to Google it. Like, I actually cannot think of her name. What is it called again? Starstruck. I'm going to just do that so that I can find out who she is. Name. Oh. Sheridan Smith. Yeah, there was 2 things that Sheridan Smith was in. And it was about basically grooming, I'm pretty sure. Like, or being inappropriate. And it just looked really interesting. So I really wanted to watch those, but I haven't watched those yet, so I need to get on that. So those are a few TV shows at the moment. I'll probably do another updated version soon because it always changes. But apart from Lost Girl and The Kardashians and Home and Away, they are like core ones for me. And Fruits Basket. Like, yes, those will not change in Fairy Tale. But movies, so I saw the new Spider-Man at the cinema and I really, really enjoyed that. Like, that was really, really good. One other favourite movies of mine is Tootsie, because I love Jessica Lange. Like, she is literally queen, my favourite actress of all time. Love her so much. My goal in life is to like meet her in some capacity or act alongside her, which I do not think will ever happen. But honestly, one of my goals in life, like, what a queen. Honestly, like, what a queen. I also really like Devil Wears Prada. Love her, love that, because like Meryl Streep is like queen in that. So is everyone. Like, I just love that whole film so much. The Aristocats, honestly, favourite Disney film. We watched that recently because we watched 101 Dalmatians, which I also love. And my other sister Molly, she was like, you need to stay downstairs, like, stop going upstairs and leaving us. So she put the Aristocats on in Bridesmaids. She was like, this is your favourite film, you're not allowed to leave. And I was like, okay. And my dad was laughing at me because the wee old guy's like, da ra ra boom die, ra 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 boom die. Oh, John. And then it's like, yeah, so yeah. And she's like, oh, George. But yes, I love that film. And then because I was doing that, my dad was laughing because he's like, you've never changed, because when I was younger, I used to do that to all the films I watched. I'd just like sing the wee songs or like dance along and stand right at the TV and do it. Although I was not doing that now. I was actually like on the couch watching it. So yeah, those are a few. Also, I really want to see Minamata that Johnny Depp's in, because love Johnny Depp. What a king. I like Iron Man. That's my favourite of the Marvel ones. I can't think of any other films at the moment. I haven't really been watching much. Like, anytime I'm unwell or that, I literally watch The Kardashians because it honestly just makes me feel so much better, and I don't honestly know why, but it does. The next question is, what is your favourite video game? And if you know me, you know that my favourite video game is The Sims. I love The Sims. Literally, anytime Greg wants me to play a different game, he's like, oh, you're playing The Sims, you're not going to come on then, that's fine. And I'm like, yeah, because I get so invested in like designing like the inside of their houses. Like, I really just get invested in their lives. Like, I have my main save is literally just like one family that just keeps having more children. Like, they're just like this whole one family, and they all have like, well, it technically was 2 families. That, like, my 2 starter families, they had children and they have all their families, and I think that's why my game breaks all the time, because there's too many Sims in my save. So I need to try and kill more of them off again, because I paused. I don't usually play with Agent on because I get so invested in their stories, but I'm gonna have to kill some of them off so for me to like progress with the other generations, and I'm really sad about that. But in saying that, I have become that's like my ultimate favourite game. But some other favourite games that are my favourites, that made no sense, but yeah, other games that I really enjoy is Elder Scrolls. We haven't really played much of it, but it's one of my favourite games, and I'm like, Greg, we need to play it soon. But because it got Xbox Series X and S enhanced, and I have the Xbox Series S. I don't have as much internal storage as Greg does because he has the X. So I have to keep keep moving all my games to like play certain ones, and it's really annoying. So we haven't played that in a while, but that's one of my favourite games. One of my other favourite games is Far Cry. I've been really enjoying the Far Cry series. Me and Greg recently just completed Far Cry 6, and I was living for like how many random similarities there were, right, to me, because my gamer tag is TG Unicorn X, but there's a couple of like uppercase letters. And Chorizo is a sausage dog, like a dachshund, and I love dachshunds, like I'm completely obsessed. One of the outfits that he could wear was a unicorn like collar with like this type of like outfit for his wheelchair, and I was like, stop it right now, like that's crazy. And then there was like unicorn cutouts everywhere, and I was like, what is going on? And like I've had this thing where my dad called me his little sunflower, and there was a horse that had sunflowers all over their saddles cover thing, and I was like, what? There was another, I think there was another one, but I can't remember what it was, but I was like, what is going on? Like, this is crazy. Like, they don't know me, but there's so many things that I love that are in this game, and I love this game. I'm actually quite good at Far Cry, actually, because I didn't actually die that much, and even Greg was impressed. He went, did you just shoot him from there? And I was like, yeah. Like, just because I'm a girl, I don't actually suck as much as I used to. But yeah, girls can be gamers too. One of my other favourites at the moment is Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Is it Wonderland? But Tiny Tina's anyway. Like, I'm really enjoying that. But Greg's game isn't working, so we can't progress, and I'm really sad that I can't progress because it sucks. So yeah. And I'm also really enjoying Outriders. We haven't finished that either because we need to keep switching and whatnot, and me and Greg also need to play more Elden Ring, but oh my god, that is so hard. That game is so difficult, and especially when you play co-op, and if you die or the other person dies, you get disconnected from the session and you have to rejoin. It's honestly the most frustrating thing of my entire life. Well, maybe not my entire life, but it's one of the most frustrating things I've ever had to do in a game, because I'm like, why like it's so hard. We've not played in a while though, not because it's hard, but just because other games came out and we wanted to finish other games and like play other games. So yeah, those are my favourite games. I know you asked for one, but you got a few. And finally the last question is, are you looking forward to returning as Lisa in the David McDonald sequel? I am. I'm really looking forward to returning as Lisa. I loved playing Lisa. I will also link the David McDonald report in the description too if you want to check that out, because I'm pretty sure it's still on YouTube or it's on Instagram or somewhere, so you can watch it. But I really enjoyed it because Lisa's a very like fiery, no nonsense kind of gal, and she really has a lot of strong beliefs, and she's not afraid to speak her mind on what she believes in, and I'm like, yes, you do that, girl. So I'm really excited to come back as Lisa in the sequel, and I'm also excited to be the voice of Heidi, that is part of Martin Films, but it's like obviously going to be an animated series, and you can check that out on Instagram too. It's exciting. I've not done voiceover work before, but I'm really excited to have the opportunity to try it out and get better at it, because I don't know. I mean, I make voices all the time, so, or do like random voices, so like, because I am an actor, so like they'll probably be fine. So yes, thanks to Andrew for the opportunity to come back as Lisa, and also for being Heidi, which I'm super excited about. So things are definitely looking up for me. I have quite a few acting things in the pipeline. I'm going to be in a play, I'm going to be in David McDonald Report the sequel, and I'm also going to be doing the voice of Heidi, and I've also been employed, so I also have an actual job. So it's very exciting. Thank you guys so much for asking the questions that you did. I hope you all enjoyed the answers and this very hectic video that started off very hectic. So yes, thank you guys so much. And if you made it this far, I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys soon.